I used to get freaked out when I'd see the green light come on when I was recording. That means you're being listened into. Now I wait to see it because then I know I'm recording. I just incorporate it into the process. I'm like, oh, it's recording? I must be recording then. Good. I found, like I was digging in the fucking ground or something. I came across this video today from Jesse on Fire. Now, is he a Fed? Probably. Everybody is, you know. But there's still good information sometimes with these guys, or at least thought-provoking stuff. And he was reporting on an Alex Jones story, who's definitely a Fed, about how he was outlining the possible scenarios for what could be the Civil War. They really want it at the top of the pyramid. Our masters, our controllers, they want it really badly. And they're kind of following a script. And it's a good video. You should check it out. It goes through exactly how it would be done. You know, not in super detail, but Alex just lays out the larger, you know, portion, the macro kind of idea. And the thing is, it's like, yeah, it's revelation of the method. You know, he's telling you that how they're doing because he's one of their guys. But it's not just the fact that they have to tell you because of the cosmic kind of karmic implications, but I believe in a lot of cases, and this is just my opinion, that the revealing is actually part of the spell. And unless you reveal it, the spellcraft doesn't work. Because I've seen instances of that in other kinds of magic. And I think that's kind of what's going on here. Because they reveal everything, you know, to such sometimes to exacting detail. This time it's just a general kind of thing, but I think it's a lot more than the cosmic karmic thing, because they could get around that if they wanted to, especially with the Kabbalist type kind of bullshit they use. But yeah, it wasn't so after the Civil War stuff, or connected to it, is P-Gate stuff. And Jesse on Fire is a pretty big channel. He's like 500,000. You never see people of that size talk about P-Gate. And he was covering another video that's just fantastic. It's like this kid does a breakdown on it. It only came out a few days ago of the P-Gate thing, and this is like a part 1, and it's really good because it goes through everything. I've talked about it here for years, aspects of it, but not in the complete timeline. And when I do talk about it, it's broken down. You know, I'll talk about an aspect of it. The last time it came up here was when I was showing off my Pizzagate digital card collection. To be able to do what I'm still missing some too, by the way. To be able to do what I've been doing here, and I hate to say get away with it, but to be able to keep doing it, I have to present in a very specific way. I don't title my videos anything with P-Gate. Sometimes if I do use it in the thumbnails, it's in a joke scenario. Humor can help to couch a lot of this stuff in. But hang on a second, I'm just running the store real quick. Okay, keep moving. Yeah, what's good about this is it shows that YouTube's being a little bit more lenient with this stuff. In the past, when I've talked about it, and I still do, like I talked recently, I displayed some of my Pizzagate digital card collection. And before that, I was talking about the Podesta artwork. I talked about all this stuff in the past. But the thing is, I couch it in a bunch of other stuff. I don't just like make a video called Podesta's artwork and like have him on the fucking thumbnail. You can't do that. Or at least you couldn't do that before. You know, so everything I do is kind of hidden in the episode. You kind of have to just find me. You know, I'm not gonna broadcast it in the titles or the thumbnails, which makes the channel not all that great for a resource. But on a magic level, it's fine, because what I'm doing by making these videos is I'm using my will and intent to protest this stuff, to try to check evil when it's coming sniffing around the door, you know. Evil works in a way where it'll just keep going and going until someone says something. I mean, that's how these guys operate, you know. So they'll try the door. If no one's at the door, they'll go through it. They'll go to the next door. Evil will keep moving and moving. You need someone to go, hey, why are you doing this? Well, you know, what are you doing over here, Rabbi? You know, or Father, or whatever you want to, you know, whatever evildoer you want to put in there. You know, you have to check them on it. And when you do, they have to slow their roll, recalibrate. They'll come for the door again, but it slows them down, and it puts your will out into the universe as well. I am a magnet for lost souls. They come to me like zombies to sound. I've had guys like push through a crowd at a stoplight. You know, there'll be big people there, and I'm in the middle, and they'll worm their way through to get to me. I don't know what it is. It's like I emit some kind of light that they see, and they're drawn to me. They want to come to me. It used to make me mad, because it's always the crazy people. Like, it's always like they'll walk past everyone and have to talk to me. I used to think, oh, it's just because you have old tattoos and it looks like you might have been in jail. You know, because they do look like jailhouse tattoos. I mean, I got these done in the 90s. Tattoo. I know it seems like a weird thing, but it's absolutely true. Tattooing has gotten so much more sophisticated, and I mean, I like the stuff that I have. It's cool. I mean, don't think too much about it, but the line work and the heaviness of it. I've had people ask me, you know, did you get these inside? You know, so I used to think maybe it's because they see someone who might be into drugs or something. I don't know what it was, but when I met the angel, the very first time I had an interaction with that angel, I blew him off, because I was in a mall, same scenario. Well, he didn't look wacky. I couldn't tell what he looked like. But usually, the wackadoo, you know, maybe the street person, the homeless person, the people that look kind of nuts, always come to me. So I'm walking through the mall, and he's walking the opposite direction, and he's like, hey. And I'm like, ignoring him. He's like, no, I know you. And I'm like, I don't see nothing. I just keep, like, I put my hand up, like, yeah, I'm kind of busy and move along. And he's like, no, I know you. And I'm like, ugh. I walked through the mall, got out, just thinking it was just some other fucking nutcase, you know? Just, they fucking come to me. It's like I got the shine. You know, there's something about it. You know, I've heard people talk about it before, about how people can see auras on the, I mean, I know that's how it works, but specifically why the lost souls sort of come to me all the time, I don't know, maybe think I'm sympathetic. But after having that angel experience where I blew him off the first time, I subsequently ended up meeting him. I had 2 other conversations with him. Neo was with me for the last one. I've done videos on it. Just what you do is you search angel. You go to my my videos and just search angel, and it'll come up. I haven't seen him since, but meeting him and having those experiences made me realize, you know, it changed me as far as trying to avoid these fucking lost people that always come after me or want to talk to me or be around me. Changed my whole disposition on that, you know. It made me realize that, you know, I got to talk to some of these wackadoos. In recent years, I've been finding a lot more, what I guess, for lack of a better term, would be occult toys, like witch toys, like Roblox. I got to figure that she has like the the ram's head, like just subtly placed in to like kids stuff. They do this. So they have a section for coloring books and stuff up there, and I found this with the kids' coloring books. I had to get it because it's just so funny. I can't, obviously I don't have enough hands to flip through it right now. But yeah, it's weird. They're just slowly putting this stuff into the culture, you know? But it feels wrong, you know, to see it there, like among all the Disneys. Well, the Disney stuff is just as bad. It's just that's more hidden, you know? Whatever. What are you gonna do? I took one off the shelf anyway. Fucking waiting in line at Ross. That one register open. And it's like, they don't realize that what's happening. Like I mean they see it, right? But that's when I'm like reminded of the divide between my people and other peoples of the world. My people would be like, oh shit, all right, you know, let me jump on a register here and get this. Oh, these guys are scammers. These guys are scammers. What they do is they hand tourists, right, these fucking bracelets or pieces of jewelry, and then they ask them for money. They'll put it right in your hand, like, hey, so and so wants you to have this, like whatever. I think they're Buddhist or something, and they walk around with these giant cartoon smiles on, and they try to hand you. It's just like if you've ever lived in a bad neighborhood, the black guys with the CDs, you know, the black guys with the CDs, and well, they'll come around and they'll like try to get you, and they'll try to put a CD in your hand, and like once they do, they fucking then will walk around behind you insisting that you give them money. Fuck that. It's the same thing. It's just a different kind of people. You get a lot of that here. I've got a CD guy here once, like when they first started showing up here. These guys here, when they first started showing up here, it wasn't long before I saw a CD guy, and I went home and I was so upset. I was like, can you believe the fucking, because CD guys usually are only in like, you know, bad neighborhoods, and they'll always hit you up like when you're in like your fucking car in a parking lot, you have like a tap on your window. Yo, dog, I got these slow jams. Your girl likes slow jams? No, I'm all set, man. Yo, you sure? Because this one here, it's like you got to drive away. And the thing is, like that tall Buddhist guy right there. You hand someone the thing, and then they demand money. Same thing. It's fucking whatever. I think I explained that twice. I do that a lot. It's kind of a problem. It's a fucking me problem, though. It's not a you problem. Oh yeah, getting back to the planned Civil War thing. I guess one of their ideas, or the phase, or the next phase you want to go into, is having the blue states secede. And I guess the groundwork is already being laid for that, like through the sanctuary cities and cities that are signing up to a thing originally it was to shelter migrants, but it's really to put a system in place for when the secession happens. And the blue states are going to all be one thing, and the red states are going to be another thing, of course, you know. So, like, what happens to people like me? You know, because it's like, you're going to be forced to have to take up a side. They're not going to let you opt out of this like everything else, like politics. You know, I saw some guy today was talking about politics, and he mentioned that politics is a psyop, and I'm like, yeah, that's fucking perfect. I never used that wording before, but it certainly is. It's just another thing to try to distract you or keep you engaged in some kind of paradigm where you could fight your neighbors about stuff, and it's become so divisive now that people kill over it. I mean, we're seeing that happen now. Although, that's with the caveat. I think all that shit is fake. Those are all psyops. They want you to think that one side is killing over. Like, if you had to pick what side you think would start pulling out the guns and shooting the other, would you think it was the side that they're saying is doing it? They're not gun people, like, at all. I mean, sure, there's a few, but they're usually against that. They're trying to get tighter controls on guns and stuff. I mean, I think it would have been more believable if they went the other way, but they have some kind of plan, I guess. So in a situation like this state would be the commies, or the bad people. The bad people. So I'd have to get out of here, right? Or else I'd be, we'd go up to New Hampshire again. We'd go back to New Hampshire, and I'd be part of that thing, I guess. Because I couldn't live here because they would root me out. One look at my YouTube channel here, and forget it, Even though I don't think I do anything alt-right or right-wing, or whatever they would call it. And I know they would call it that just because I talk about things like race realism and the JQ and stuff. It's with very little editorializing. Usually a lot of my videos are just about stories, or like factual information, or things I've read or seen or watched. And it's not often that, like, I'll start giving, like, the smelly Jews. I don't do stuff like that. I mean, whether it's true or not, you're not going to get me doing stuff like that. Because it's stupid. Like, you don't want to put that stuff on. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't matter. They can take anything you say and call you anything because of it. So yeah, I would be definitely put into a re-education camp. Part of their strategy, though, is I guess they want the blue states to win, or the blue states are going to win, and this is how they're then going to take over. I mean, the deep state, whatever the fuck you call it, to get that dystopian sort of. It's not going to be like the good fascism. It's really interesting, but yeah, eventually they're going to make you choose. I mean, you're going to have to choose, or die, or go to a re-education camp or something. It's fucking wild. They're desperate, though. This shit doesn't happen from a place of strength. It comes from a place of weakness. And I was watching this other guy talking. He had a video about the fall of the fall of the West, and he was like, societies, they always reach the point where they fall apart. And I'm thinking, dude, this wouldn't have fallen apart. It was made to fall apart by flooding our cities with people who the native population is not going to get along with, by making a lot of other political moves to put, laws in place and things in motion that can divide people and make people fight. It wasn't like if things stayed like they were in the 80s or right up until the mid 90s, we'd be fucking rolling. It would just be strength to strength. So that the whole thing about, societies, they just break down. It's about saying, no, this was purposely done this way. It's not the natural fucking fall of Rome. And Rome wasn't even the natural fall of Rome. But, like, that was made to come down, too. These things about, you got to look at history. And, naturally, these societies they just run to a certain point where it's like, no, it's made... That's made to happen. It's forced. It's forced into happening. It doesn't happen on its own. Hold on. I'll be back. Yeah, I'm just having bad luck today with people. Every time I get on a roll about something, I end up with people around me just listening. And I'm always talking about something fucking crazy. Today Pizzagate and Civil War. It's like, you don't want fucking people in your neighborhood like listening to you talk about that stuff. You gotta kind of keep it on. Like that's what I'm saying. Like immediately my door would be kicked in, and I'll be in a re-education camp just for talking about this kind of stuff. And going back to even the Pizzagate thing, like I've always talked about this stuff, you know, that, especially like Pizzagate, child trafficking. But I do it in a way so that I'm able to still do it. You know, I'm not a good resource. It's just kind of like you just kind of have to find me. And then once you find me, you just kind of got to watch the shit to get the information, you know. And it's in there. You know, I got a lot of really good stuff. I got a lot of really good stuff. But I don't, you know, I can't really label it because I wouldn't be, if I labeled everything I've talked about here, or even put it in a thumbnail, I wouldn't be talking here right now. So that's how it is. We'll get by, you know. It's just the nature of the beast, you know. And this is his land. And I'm sorry, I gotta get a thumbnail. There we go, thumbnail. I know, hey, what the fuck do you want from me? Don't blame the teacher. Blame the school. Oh yeah, one thing that's funny about Hawaii, and you talk about a blue state, is there's still many people here that walk around with masks on. And it's not about health. Well, it's never about health. It's to show other people what side you're on politically. You know, it's signaling to others that, you know, she was robbed. She should have won. You got a lot of people like that here. Fucking scary.